Sit.
Hi, my name is Cheyenne Minak, and I attend Clearbrook High School, and I'm doing my persuasive speech over the oil spill. Who is to blame for the oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico? We have met the enemy, and he is us. This was written in a newspaper cartoon, Pogo, somewhere in the 1940s. In 1970, it appeared on a poster for the first Earth Day. The line became an instant iconic statement among environmentalists, and today, after almost 3 months of oil gushing from a well in the Gulf of Mexico, the statement rings truer than ever. Many people believe that BP is an enemy of the environment, but the truth is that it is all of us. The definition of a business is a legally recognized organization that provides goods or services to consumers, other businesses, and government agencies. BP is the energy business, in particular the oil industry. In 2009, they would find 2.3 million barrels of oil a day to help feed the world's dependence on oil. The world uses about 86 million barrels of oil a day, and each of the 7 billion people use 4.5 per barrels a year. Of course, the United States is actually addicted to oil. Each day, we consume around 20 million barrels of oil a day. This equates to 7 barrels of oil per person in a day. The rate is only going to increase as countries such as India and China try to live as the United States. The estimated spillage is between 35,000 to 65,000 barrels a day. Let's take the higher amount of 65,000 and divide that into the U.S. need for 20 million barrels a day. The current oil spill could continue for a total of 307 days, and that entire amount would only feed our addiction for 1 day. It is easy to understand with statistics like this why there is a need to drill in deep water. As the demand goes up, we will need to drill in even more difficult places to find oil. BP was only doing what good businesses do, selling a profitable product. If no one wanted oil, then the industry would disappear. Even if something happens to BP and they go out of business, as long as there is a demand for oil, other companies will fill the void left by BP. It is our demand for oil that makes it, I'm reading again. We need to have a massive rethinking of the way we think about energy. We need to start dealing with the consequences of our dependence on oil before there are disasters on high gas prices. What can we do? We should start with driving, since this is the largest use of oil. It does not mean we have to stop driving, but rather look at alternatives. We could carpool, take mass transit, or move closer to work. Companies could find ways to let people work from home so they would not just have to sit at a computer all day. We can make sure that we drive for a purpose, and when we are out, we can do all our errands at once. We can buy smaller cars or even buy the new hybrid ones. We can buy products and food that are produced locally, greatly reducing the oil used to transport the goods. We can keep the thermostat, in our homes at a reasonable level. We should dress for the weather instead of changing the temperature in the house. We can use more fans and less air conditioning. We can build homes that are energy efficient. If we have an older home, when we can buy appliances, light bulbs, and other electric devices that are more efficient. We can turn off lights when no one is in the room. We can reduce the amount of things that we buy. Do we really need the latest fashion each season? Do we really need several of the same items? Each of those items was manufactured, and the manufacturing process uses a lot of oil. We should purchase products that use less oil in the packaging. There are also alternatives to oil-based products that we could use. For instance, instead of petroleum jelly, we can use plant-based creams. Of course, in the short term, many of these things will seem like sacrifices. We have to start by facing the truth. BP is not the enemy. It is each of us that are the enemy. We can still write a different future. Each of us can choose to never have another oil spill. We can choose to leave the world in a better shape than it was given to us. Will we ever stop blaming companies, government, and others and look at what we can do as individuals? Will this disaster finally be the point at which we can change the future and eliminate our addiction to oil? Do you want to be an enemy or a savior of the environment? Each day, you are making the choices that will be our legacy to the world by the thing that you buy and do. Choose to leave here today and do something different on oil consumption. Maybe this incident will be the thing that wakes us up to the wisdom of the cartoon characters stated so many years ago.